Don't. Shukla. Don't. Shukla. Don't. Shukla. Don't. Shukla.
Nonghikai joka North Eastern Hill University Teachers Association nehuta menda kasngi pale ka artorik risau arjar arpulai teki peungut nonghikai kileng mi paj ba hakmat phalau joka school ba nehu man penlong ye kijing ki halor ka nongrim man persya ye kijing le tamput bat skap menti ye kijing dawa badin pensange no mardor ye kijing pentrikam ye ka National Education Policy haki college balai penyeso bat ka nehu jong ka jela Meghalaya Hakane kijing mi man penlong ye kijing nya paj ba nonghikai ka nehuta kilatur hakmat ka office trikam vice chancellor bamenta professor PS Shukla Henry hakane jing tur joki office trikam jongu uklem ladan chu satya hakane ka office Hakaju kopor kila penlong ye kijing yalang hakmat ka kherdop UVC hakba kila ai kijing kran ba pher jongi nonghikai kentup president ka nehuta professor lakon kema hakane kijing nya paj ba Kinohikai lara artat ki plakat ratho penram yo vice chancellor ye kijing bom sha skor ye kasur jo kynhun kinohikai nehuta
And so much arrogant that I don't want to listen to anyone. I'll do whatever I want. If you want to do, and that's what we said. If you think that. Class basically who have signed, so there's no way he can ignore it, and that's where. And not only that, I think he has not read. I have provided you with a copy which I will be providing, even if you want to interpret it differently, the same which I will be giving you, which is your RA 5 clause 13, which speaks about this special meeting. If we carefully look at the point number 18, it says, and I'll just read so that we are very clear: the power of interpret, amend, repeal, or add to this rule shall vest in the academic council. It means it is the academic council who will decide whether or not. It cannot be VC sitting in this office to say that no, I don't like this topic of yours, so I cannot call a meeting. That we cannot do. This is like a primary school teacher behaving with his kids. That we cannot allow. And that's where I think it is important for us to understand that even if he doesn't understand the language of it, its interpretation cannot be done sitting in this office. Its interpretation at all, if it has to be done, it will be done by academic council. So any sensible vice chancellor, no matter how dumb he may be, he would have called an academic council, emergent academic, and say that actually I don't like your, however, I have no choice but to call a meeting and let's thrash it out. This is how people work in a democratic system. But he has ignored all our democratic approaches, and that's why today we are here in this. We don't want to be here. Believe me, none of us wants to meet him at this point of time. We don't want to see his face because he has ignored the rules and regulations of Nehu. Unless he calls us, we don't even want to see him. Given a chance, we will say that, Bhai Sahib, you go. I mean, it's much better. I think we will be better off without him in the chair. Because our provisions are there that a senior most professor will take over. There is no issue whatsoever. And to be very frank, I think all of us understand here. For routine matters, anybody sitting in this chair can do it. That is not the job of a vice chancellor. The job of a vice chancellor is to make sure that university functions. Not just functions, it goes higher, it goes up. You carry it along with all the stakeholders. You won't believe, friends, he met, this I need to mention, and that's why so that you understand how insensitive, how irresponsible he is. Research scholar day after met him to say that why GEM is not activated. GEM is the portal from which we have to purchase chemicals. Some research scholars went through research scholar forum to meet him, and he says, why do you, sir, when the students say, sir, we can't carry out our research work, our PhD work, because we can't buy chemicals because your GEM portal is not activated. He said, why do you need money? You guys are not publishing in any impact factor journal. He dares to say that to the student. You can imagine the level of, I would say, lowest level of stature, I would say. Nobody speaks like this because somebody can ask him. If I were a student, I would, sir, show me how many journals you have, how many papers you have published with more than 3 impact factor. I would have asked. But poor students, they were not prepared. And he treats like that to our students. And you can understand, instead of encouraging our students that, yes, we'll be providing you chemicals to complete your research, but do good publication. He is saying, you don't need because you don't publish in. And how does he know? All of us, particularly in science, are publishing in all high impact factor journals. 6, 7, 10, 12, 15. Somebody could have asked him how many you had. He will have no answer, I'm telling you. We know his profile. Let's be very clear. We know his profile. He has no answer. We can pinpoint count how many such papers he have where impact factor is more than 3. I can count it in my hand. Yet he does, and that's what I'm saying. The height of arrogance has crossed all limit. I don't think I have ever seen such a person in my life as a VC occupying this chair here. There has been VCs who are not so good. There has been VCs who are very good. But this one I cannot rate anywhere. I don't find in a scale between 0 to 10. I don't find where to put him. So low is the level. And we have to put it below the minus. And that's where I'm so worried that he is playing and he's sitting here trying to play with our career. And that's where I think the prestige of this university now lies in our hands. We teachers, students, stakeholders, MCTA, teach, because I always consider the teachers from the colleges like our own, because after all you're affiliated to us. What we do here has a direct impact what happens at the undergraduate level. If we make useless kind of syllabus, our student in the undergraduate level will fail. It will have serious consequences going ahead in their career. And that's where I think we always together whether it's for setting purpose, whether it's for moderation, whether it's the academic council, all there will be teacher representative from the college level, so that we understand we are on the same platform here. Yet teachers, that's why we are talking. Standing here, we are not interested to even enter there. This is not the time. Time will come when we need to enter and probably enter through his door. That we will do maybe in a semi-final or final match. Today is quarter-final or pre-quarter-final match, I would say. And let this be very clear. We are not going to be back down. We are not scared because we are right. If you are wrong, you will be scared. If you are right, why should you be scared? He has violated everything else. What is there for me to be scared of? And that's precisely, I think, the message must go loud and clear to his mind that you are playing with fire. And when you are playing with fire, if you don't know how to douse it, I think better you avoid. You will burn yourself to ashes. And this is precisely what we have to. The message that we wanted to give from this agitation is your days are numbered if you don't rectify yourself as far as conducting as a VC is concerned. Because this community will not tolerate anybody sitting in that office and trying to sit here and decide academic matters. Academic matters has to be decided in the academic council. NEP is an academic policy. Indeed, we told him on his face, tell me whether NEP is an academic policy or not. If yes, read the ordinance. It says on academic matter, on academic policy, academic council is supreme. What does supreme means? He said, no, I have seen dictionary, I have talked to XYZ. We said, I'm sorry, you don't understand, you have to see dictionary. We understand we don't need dictionary. And that's precisely where it has to boil down to such kind of argument we have to make. Which, that's why I said, when I say illogical, and I have written it very clearly, illogical when we say there is no logic when we argue with such kind of person. And that's where I think it is important that all of us, and that's why I want to hear from our friends here, members from MCTA, member from say the Nihusu unit, and all others. As member of academic council, as a professor of university, you are here. Nothing is more important to you than anything. All this, this kind of post that he gives you, these are nothing you enjoy as a teacher. Because I remember, and I have shared this earlier also, a very, very senior professor has told, who has been vice chancellor many times and who has been NEC director, he said that if a professor wants, nothing wrong can happen in a university. But if a professor keeps silence in academic council and everywhere else, this university or any university will go to hell, I'm telling you. This is what he said in his own words. And he said that's why you don't, because he cannot make you VC. Let's just be very clear. I mean, I don't know what we are harping upon. He himself cannot make you anybody, vice chancellor here. There are procedures, there are ways and means of doing it. And that's why let's leave all these unnecessary conditions that are attached to or has been given to some we don't know, certainly not to this group. And that's why we are here. And that's why let's stand united. We fight as teachers who are ready to protect the interests of academic interests of our students. For us, I'm sure MCTA wants to go and start the classes of first semester if you sort out this problem. Right now they are taking other semester, bearing the first semester, but we want to go back to class. We want to prepare your syllabus. We want to prepare your question paper and so on. So friends, I will not take long because this story goes on and on and on. So I would request any senior member from, rather any.
Been together for in the last 2 months fighting against this issue. I would like to convey my special regards and gratitude to all the members of the MCTA from different units who have joined hands together today in expressing our solidarity with the Nehuta and the issue at hand. As the MCTA, we are here basically with regard to one point that has been mentioned in the dossier, that is with regard to the illegitimate implementation of the NEP, which we have raised our voice right from the 1st of August 2023. We don't want to reiterate the points that have already been shared by Professor Kumar, but from the MCTA, we would like to remind the VC that the VC are not the bulldozer. You are here to solve our problems. Instead, you have become a troublemaker. Because of the problems that you have created, we have come here to solve the problem. And still you are not listening to us. A person who does not know how to listen does not deserve to be in the seat of the VC. So therefore, our message is loud and clear that if you cannot accommodate the demands that we have made right from the 21st of July, the representation that we have given, to take back or to change the notice that you have given for the implementation of the NEP, which you have done so illegitimately. And now that you are not listening to the demand made by the Nehuta to convene a special academic council meeting, you don't have any right any longer to be in this chair. Friends, along with that, I think we would like to send a message to the state government. The mess in Nehu should also be the headache of the state government. The state government cannot remain a silent spectator. Any wrong decision that comes from this university, the impact will be on our children. The impact will be on education in the state as a whole. And so therefore, we from the MCTA would like to get this message even to the state government to intervene on this matter. When there is a wrong being committed, the state government cannot remain silent. So if there is an issue in all this mess that we have here, we have to identify who is the Jonah of this sinking ship. So that fellow must be thrown into the sea, which means that he should resign from his office if he is not willing to entertain the demands that we have made for. So with these few words, I would like to conclude.
Down, shukla. Down, shukla. Down, shukla. Down, shukla.
Okay, thank you. Now, I am Pradhan from St. Anthony's College. I am the academic council member. Now, my tenure was over in July, so we are still, a new teachers representative is to be elected. So I was the former member of academic council, which has the distinction of being part of that 110 academic council, where we supposedly passed the decision with regard to implementation of NEP 2020 from the academic session 23-24. Now, I think as our secretary has rightly said, we are not the troublemaker. The troublemaker is inside.
Run away.
He's hiding. He's not inside. Okay. Supposedly inside, the chairs are there. Yeah. So everything is happening supposedly here. Now, it was the wrongful decision of the the notification that was given by the special officer on duty on the 12th of July that set the ball rolling. Right. Now, what we are trying to protest here is the dictatorial attitude or of the posture taken up by the VC. As has been rightly pointed out by the secretary, we have exhausted all possible means to settle this matter in a very democratic process. All possible means. Let me tell you, teachers, especially professors from the universities, even from the college, doesn't like to march around and shout slogans. We have exhausted all possible means. But if you drive us to the wall, to the wall, we will fight back. We will fight back. So this is a fight against right, justice. We are not scared because we know we are right. Now I want to tell you one thing. This guy comes all the way from Uttarakhand, from an agriculture university. He flouts all the rules and regulations of Nehu ordinances. And we, the Northeasterners, supposedly docile, keeping quiet, happy with whatever we are having, the small breadcrumbs that we get, we keep quiet. And this guy one day will go from here and he'll tell what? वो लोग को कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, जो भी कर लो कर लो, वो लोग चुपचाप बैठता है. When we are tagged with this tagline that Northeasterners are quiet, docile, doesn't do anything, we feel angry at the people at the mainland. We said, what is this? We are being racist comment and this one. But our silence today, if you keep silent, that narrative will be proven right. If we keep quiet to this wrong that is being done to us today, that narrative will, affect not only us, for generations to come. We are the educated people. We go to class and tell our students, a political science teacher will teach about fundamental rights, about legal rights, what is supposed to be done. You are supposed to stand up, fight for your right. And when it comes to us, we just keep quiet. In the academic council, we just keep quiet. That will not happen. We must stand up and give our voice.
I am a publicity secretary of the New Student Union. So I just want to extend our solid support to the Nihuta. As President of Nihuta, Professor L has said, that seems like VC has made his own rule. Like he take his own decision for the things that Professor has said. So we, as the Nihusu, represent the student of the university. We extend our support to the Nihuta to bring back the democracy in the university and to protect the future of the student and of the university as a whole.